So when we went back and checked everyone was hitting before the reread. So for whatever reason, when I went to reread the buzzer system quit working. So because I've already let so much time go through with the last question, I'm going to reread a new question only to Concord because it was interrupted and incorrect on yellow 2. So I'm going to reread a question to Concord without the benefit of interruption. When I finish reading the question, y'all can hit and answer, okay? So reread for question number 6. It's for 10 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7 says, is given what?
Red 2.
Is given grace.
That is correct. Substitution timeout, LME.
Substitution Concord. Oliver for Victor. Jude for Young.
Good. Moving on to question number 7. Question 7 is a 2-part question with 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 6 verse 4, let who?
Yellow 1.
Interruption.
Prove what? Every man his own work.
That is correct. Question 8 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse. I do.
Yellow 1.
Interruption.
I do not frustrate the grace of God, for if righteousness come by the law, then Christ is dead in vain. Galatians chapter 2 verse 21.
That is correct. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatia. Locate.
Red 1.
Interruption.
Locate a verse of study that contains this information. Galatians chapter 1 verse 2.
That's correct. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse. Neither.
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me, but I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus. Galatians chapter 1 verse 17.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Ephesians chapter 1 verse 6, he hath made.
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
Us what? In who? Accepted in the beloved.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 9 says, descended.
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
First into what? The lower parts of the earth.
That is correct. Question number 13 is worth 30 points. Question. Locate this verse. I am.
Yellow 1.
Interruption.
I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. In the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Galatians chapter 2 verse 20.
That is correct. Timeout, LOB, 60 seconds. question number 14, and it's a three-part question worth 30 points. Question, according to Galatians chapter 4, verse 4, who sent...
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
His son. Made of what? Made under what? But when the fullness of the time is come, God sent forth his son, may be woman made under the law.
That is incorrect, and after the question will be read to Concord without the benefit of interruption. It's a three-part question worth 30 points. Question, according to Galatians chapter 4, verse 4, who sent forth whom made of whom?
Red 1.
God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law.
That is correct. Time out, and will be 60 seconds.
Good job.
Time. Brings us to question number 15, and it's a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9.
Red 1.
For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast.
That is correct. We have a winner, but not a champion, so let's flip sides and do it again.
There's such hard difference. There's a... I know, right? Isn't it amazing? I know. Channing.
And the result of the last game was LOP over Concord. Our second highest score with 70 points was Christopher. And our highest score with 80 points was Victor.
Say congratulations to Eli. Gia.
this is our final quiz of the day. And hopefully we won't have buzzer issues again. So everyone that's hit our buzzers?
Red 2.
All good. All right. This is quiz 15 on the matrix. All right. And everyone's in place. This quiz is now open. Question number 1 is a quotation completion question with 10 points. Question: of whom the
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
Of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question: Ephesians chapter 4 verse 10 says, "Far."
Red 2.
Interruption.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 4 verse 1 says, "Though he be."
Red 2.
Interruption.
Is incorrect, and the same object question will be read to Concord without the benefit of interruption. It's worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 4 verse 1 says, "Though he be" what?
Yellow 2.
Though he be Lord of all.
That's correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 1 verse 18 refers to 3 what?
Red 2.
Years.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question: Ephesians chapter 2 verse 18 speaks of 1 what?
Red 2.
God. And God.
It is incorrect. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 mentions the fullness of what?
Red 2.
Of God.
It is incorrect. Substitution, LRP. Substitution, Concord. Time in. Brings us to question number 7, and it's a 2-part question with 20 points. Question: Ephesians chapter 2 verse 17 mentions you.
Yellow 1.
Interruption.
Which were what? And to them that were what? To you which were far off, and to them that were nigh?
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question: Variant. Locate the only.
Red 2.
Interruption.
Look at the only verse of study that contains this information. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. Galatians chapter 5 verse 20.
That's correct. Question number 9 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question: Quote Galatians chapter 5 verse 20.
Red 1.
Interruption.
6. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
That is correct. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question: Ephesians chapter 1 verse 11 says, according to.
Red 1.
Interruption.
To what? the purpose of him, work of all things, after the counsel of his own will.
That's correct.
Time out.
Time out, Concord, 60 seconds.
Time.
Question number 11 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Neither Titus, according
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
According to Galatians chapter 2, verse 3, being what? Was compelled to be what? Near Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised?
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Without lowliness and meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another in love. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be read to LOB without the benefit of interruption. It's worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace.
Red, 1.
Galatians chapter 1, verse 15.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 12 records having no.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Having no what? How without? Who? In what? Having no hope and without God in the world?
That is correct. Question number 14 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 5, verse 7.
Red, 2.
Interruption.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do things that you would.
That is correct. Time out. I will need 60 seconds.
There they are. You won. You guys won. Good job.
Time.
Time in. Brings us to question number 15, and it's a three-part question worth 30 points. Question. Who does Ephesians chapter 3 verse 17 say may dwell in what? By what?
Yellow, 1.
Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith.
That is correct. Good winner. Good winner. Let's put his vote.
Good job! 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 Good job!
You got first.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You did good.
That's okay.
It's your friend who won. You say congrats, friends. Good job, guys.
Oh, I can't believe it. Victor, remember last competition you said by 5 points down. Now we can choose.
I know, 5 points. Good job. Oh, no.
Our second high score with
Congrats.
50 points was Christopher. And our highest score with 90 points was Victor.
Good job, Eli.
Now let's watch the junior.
Yay, let's watch the juniors. Yay.